Welcome to qnawire.
In this problem, you're given a carbocation that looks like this, and you're asked to give the appropriate hydrogen atoms and or lone pairs to the atom so that our valence electrons match the given charge. So here, if we think about formal charge, that means we're looking at the number of valence electrons, we're subtracting the number of bonds, and the number of lone electrons. So with that, we know that carbon has 4 valence electrons. Here we know we have at least 3 bonds. And then the question is, do we have 4 bonds? Well, if we had 4 bonds, then we would have no lone electrons, and we'd get 0 as our formal charge. But our formal charge is positive 1. So if we consider here that we had 3 bonds and 0 lone electrons, then we can get our plus 1 charge. So that tells us that at this carbon, we actually don't have any bonds to hydrogen or any lone pairs. So a positively charged carbon just has 3 bonds with no lone pairs. So if this had been a negative charge, though, we would have had a lone pair and 3 bonds. So our math would have looked like this. So these are things to keep in mind, and you get better at recognizing these patterns the longer you see these kinds of problems. But they actually end up being pretty straightforward if you can think of them in the light of formal charge.